Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. Shangyu's life heart. The cultivators looked at the heart of Shangyu with bright eyes. They knew how precious the life heart was. In the cultivation world, those who wanted to become nine-leaf cultivators coveted life hearts. At this moment, Yi Tianqin undoubtedly needed this life heart the most. The fair folks Cheng Huang. The legend is real. No wonder it's not hostile. Miss Sixth is saved. Great Yan is saved. The others looked at Cheng Huang excitedly. Soon enough, their excitement was replaced by shock, horror, and confusion. Cheng Huang lowered its head and opened its mouth. Crack. Just like that, Shangyu's life heart was in Cheng Huang's mouth. Crunch. 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 Cheng Huang chomped on the life heart. The cultivators were stunned speechless. They did not expect this at all. Yi Tianqin's fingers trembled slightly. Although she did not understand Cheng Huang's action, she was accepting of it. A beast was a beast, after all. It had helped her a lot, how could she ask for more? She sighed. Perhaps, this is fate. The golden lotus continued to pick up speed as it spun. At this moment, Cheng Huang groaned. Its stomach seemed to be convulsing as it heaved. It seemed as though something was struggling to break free from inside its body. All of a sudden, its mouth parted slightly. A life heart that was more dazzling than Shangyu's life heart appeared. The others exclaimed in shock. That's Cheng Huang's heart? It was undoubtedly the most beautiful life heart they had ever seen. It glowed with a vibrant light and resembled emeralds. It seemed to radiate faith, eternity, and luck. The cultivators recalled the legend of Cheng Huang that resembled a white fox would grant its rider 2,000 years of life. Did it have something to do with Cheng Huang's heart instead? Yi Tianqin asked in confusion, "What are you doing?" Cheng Huang lowered its head and pushed the gemstone toward Yi Tianqin with its snout before it cried out. I don't need this. Yi Tianqin turned her head to the side stubbornly. If she had to sacrifice Cheng Huang in order to become a nine-leaf cultivator, she would rather die. Cheng Huang lowered its head again and nudged the life heart over. Yi Tianqin was startled. The life heart suddenly split open before spots of light flew into her mouth. In just an instant, she felt a great surge of vitality flowing into her extraordinary 8 meridians. Her nearly dried-up Dantian sea of qi was quickly filled by this vitality. With this, her lifespan increased. Her skin began to turn supple as her wrinkles faded. Her eyes were as clear as water, and her delicate features were apparent again. She was healing at a visible rate. The others were greatly shocked. They were in awe as they watched the scene before their eyes. Their attention was focused on the golden lotus at this moment. The golden lotus suddenly slowed down. Yi Tianqin was focused on her golden lotus. A radiant ring rebounded from the base of the 8-leaf golden lotus. The others watched unblinkingly. Upon seeing this, they knew the leaf was about to sprout. Yi Tianqin could tell this was the most crucial step in the leaf sprouting process. At this time, Cheng Huang made another shocking move. All of a sudden, it stomped on the ground, shooting up into the sky. The others looked up. Swoosh. It opened its mouth and blew out a stream of primal qi after it inhaled deeply. In just a blink of an eye, the area within 100 meters was filled with rich primal qi and energy. The golden ring continued to rebound. The 100-foot avatar grew larger until it reached 150 feet. The lotus grew larger as well, the 9th leaf could be seen on it. Upon seeing this, the cultivators present on the scene were so overwhelmed with emotions that they began to tear up. It seemed as though they were even happier than if they were breaking through. Congratulations, Miss Sixth. Yi Tianqin looked at the others and smiled as she said, "Thank you for your help, everyone." The cultivators thought this was the end of it. However, Cheng Huang continued to blow out primal qi. The primal qi filled the golden lotus avatar as vitality began to leak from the lotus. Yi Tianqin felt the great surge of vitality and recalled her master's demonstration. A replenishment of vitality? The other cultivators were shocked. Miss Sixth, you can focus on regulating your breathing. We'll guard you. The cultivators took up positions around Yi Tianqin. Meanwhile, Cheng Huang was looking at her as well. After an hour, Yi Tianxian could feel that not only her life was restored, but it seemed to have increased as well. At this moment, Cheng Huang spat out a ball of green light that descended on the golden lotus. Soon enough, golden flames surged out from the 9 lotus leaves. A hint of green could be seen in the golden flames as well. Yi Tianqin glanced at Cheng Huang. It seemed as though it had a satisfied expression on its face, as though it was pleased with a job well done. Did Cheng Huang know that the karmic fire would rise from my golden lotus from the beginning? Karmic fire. The cultivators were envious. When the golden flames were stabilized, Yi Tianqin waved her arm and withdrew her avatar. Then, she cupped her fists at the others. Thank you, everyone. There's no need to thank us, Miss Sixth. You've guarded E province for so long while we didn't do much. In fact, we almost dragged you down with us, one of the cultivators said as he scratched his head. The injured cultivators flew here at this time. Yi Tianqin said, that might be true, but without your help, I would have been killed by Sheng Huang before Cheng Huang arrived. The others were moved when they heard her words. Yi Tianqin looked at the injured cultivators and said, all right, referrals. The injured may recuperate in the Evil Sky Pavilion. Thank you, Miss Sixth. The cultivators bowed. At this moment, Cheng Huang let out a jubilant cry. Then, its body began to contort. The others looked at Cheng Huang in confusion. After a moment, someone said, I get it now. The golden lotus needs 1,200 years of life, and Sheng Yu's life heart only granted 1,000 years of life. Cheng Huang consumed Sheng Yu's life heart and offered up its own heart. The fair folk's Cheng Huang is an intelligent guardian beast. It's shrinking. Cheng Huang was shrinking swiftly. In just an instant, it was 2 times smaller than its original size. Shang Yu's life heart must be insufficient. Moreover, it offered up a lot of primal qi as well. However, it should be fine. It'd be able to grow larger as it gained more years. Cheng Huang stopped shrinking. Although it was now half of its original size, it was still huge compared to humans. Its current size was twice Sheng Yu's size. Yi Tianqin flew in front of Cheng Huang and petted it. It's all thanks to you. Cheng Huang let out a cry. Yi Tianqin turned around and said, let's return to the city for now. It's safer there. Yes, Miss Sixth. Since Cheng Huang is here, I'll clear up the beasts in the 8 cities of E province with it. Return without me, Yi Tianqin said. E province is safe with you around, Miss Sixth. Take care. The others bowed. After bidding farewell to her, they returned to the city. Yi Tianqin flew on Cheng Huang's back and stroked its mane. Although Cheng Huang was smaller, its back was still dozens of meters long. It's your time to shine today. Cheng Huang pushed away from the ground. The sudden flight caught Yi Tianqin off guard. A gust of wind blew against her face, causing her to laugh. She activated her protective energy and said, you do this all the time. In the afternoon, the cultivators in E province's 8 cities witnessed a shocking scene. The news was quickly sent to relay stations. The 10,000-year Cheng Huang swept the beasts away with a crushing momentum and stunned the entire E province. At this moment, Zhou, who was in the Red Lotus domain, received a series of notifications. Ding. Worshipped by 1,500 individuals. Reward, 1,500 merit points. Ding. Worshipped by 20,500 individuals. Reward, 20,500 merit points. Zhou stroked his beard and contemplated the sudden barrage of notifications. He nodded in satisfaction. Although he did not know which disciple of his was being worshipped, he knew he or she must have pulled off an incredible feat. I should reward this disciple when I return. Since I'm in a good mood, I should try my hand at the lucky draw now. Zhou opened the item column and scrolled down. He saw something that he had not seen for a long time, and excitement brewed in his heart. A limited treasure chest? Zhou had not seen the appearance of the limited treasure chest for a long time now. The last time it appeared, it contained many treasures, so he expected the same of this treasure chest. He hoped this time the key open this treasure chest would not be his disciples' weapons again. He could not bear thinking about how long it would take him to travel back and forth if that was the case. Zhou checked the price. It cost 10,000 merit points. How was he going to carry on living if the prices of the items continued to increase while his income remained the same? Fortunately, he had gained many merit points earlier. Merit points, 51,440. Purchase. Zhou, naturally, did not hesitate to purchase the limited-time treasure box. 10,000 merit points were instantly deducted from his account. He did not feel pained by this. A flash of light appeared. After it subsided, a dark box could be seen on the table. At the same time, the system dashboard started its countdown. He had 7 days. Zhou walked over and studied the outer appearance of the box. I hope I don't need anything special to open the box. See, Wuya's not here with me, and I don't want to strain my brain over this matter. It's not worth it to spend too much time on this. After studying it for a long time, he confirmed there were no patterns on the box. This meant he did not need his disciples' weapons to act as keys. What a relief. However, how am I supposed to open it? Apart from a small opening on top of the box, the other 5 sides were completely smooth. Zhou frowned slightly. The opening has to be the keyhole. Zhou brought unnamed out. He channeled primal chi into it and drew it across the box. Boom. Sparks flew. The treasure chest was as tough as the previous one. This meant that it could be used as a weapon as well. It was comparable to a desolate grade weapon. He wondered if it could be turned into a pair of boxing gloves as well. Otherwise, he could only attach a chain to it and flail it around. He would give it to whichever disciple who wanted it. Zhou no longer wasted time and entered his meditative state. He knew it would not be easy to unlock the treasure chest, and it would probably need some sort of collective effort to open it. Time continued to pass. Early the next morning, Zhou summoned his 4 disciples, Meng Changdong, Xia Chengxiu, Tian Buji, Ji Fengxing, and Wu Wu to his courtyard. He tossed the treasure chest on the ground. The others gathered around the dark box and looked at it intently. They had no idea what it was. Meng Changdong cupped his fists and asked, Senior Lu, what's this? A treasure chest. I'll need all of you to think of a way to unlock it. That's easy. Master, allow me. Little Yuan raised her foot and shrouded it with energy before she stomped on the box. Boom. 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 Little Yuan stomped on it 3 times in a row. The others were speechless as they watched her. The box sank into the ground. Otherwise, it was completely undamaged. Little Yuan grunted and said, We should ask eldest senior brother and second senior brother to cut it open. This little girl is still violent even after all this time. She's too spirited. Zhou shook his head and said, This item is too tough. It's almost like a desolate grade weapon. It's futile to use force. Zhenghai nodded and said, It's just like that box we were shown the last time. Master, where did you get this? Don't ask about things that you're not supposed to, Zhou replied without any inflection in his tone. Zhenghai laughed awkwardly. It was not surprising that his master had treasures. It was due to this that many eyed the evil sky pavilion covetously in the past. The 10 great sects attacked the evil sky pavilion under the pretext of ridding the world of evil when what they really wanted was the treasures in the evil sky pavilion. We should leave brain puzzles to 7th junior brother. Zhenghai stepped away. Shangron crossed his arms. He looked at Zhenghai and nonchalantly said, I'm skilled at killing. I'm afraid this is something only 7th junior brother can solve. Lu Zhou had expected this. He did not think they would be able to come up with any groundbreaking ideas anyway. He shifted his attention to Xia Chengqiu, Tian Buji, and Meng Changdong before he asked, "What do you think?" Xia Chengqiu and Tian Buji shook their heads, indicating they were clueless as well. Meng Changdong exclaimed, filled with praise, "This is my first time seeing such a sturdy desolate-grade weapon. The opening should be the keyhole." Little Yuan rolled her eyes. "Aren't you stating the obvious? Even I can tell that much." Yu Shangrong said as soon as little Yuan finished speaking, "Elder Meng, don't take this to heart. This is how my 9th junior sister always behaves. Over time, you'll discover that she respects the old and loves the young." Upon being praised, little Yuan giggled in delight. "Thank you for the compliment, second senior brother. You're the one who knows me best." Meng Changdong. Lu Zhou shook his head. "Looks like it'll take a while before I can open this treasure chest." When Lu Zhou was about to retrieve the box, Conk frowned and pointed at it with an unnatural expression on her face. "This? I've seen this before." The others turned to look at Conk in shock. Lu Zhou was inwardly shocked as well. How could Conk recognize something from the system? Was the system deliberately guiding him down a certain path? Fate worked in strange ways. When he noticed her strange expression, he slowly said, "There's no rush. Think about it carefully and study it." He waved his hand. The treasure chest flew up and hovered in front of Conk. Conk shook her head and said, "I don't remember anything." Lu Zhou sighed. The box landed on the ground. Conk said vaguely, "The key. I remember the key." "Where is it?" Lu Zhou asked. "The palace." "The palace?" Lu Zhou was shocked. "Am I supposed to enter Great Tang's palace?" Meng Changdong regarded Conk with a complicated gaze as he said, "Senior Lu, your 10th disciple, I mean, Miss 10th, has she been to the palace before?" "She's from the Red Lotus domain. I took pity on her and accepted her as my disciple. I taught her cultivation so that she could protect herself and live a peaceful life," Lu Zhou replied. "Conk is gifted in the tongue of beasts and music. Elder Meng, you're knowledgeable. Have you heard anything about this before?" Lu Zhou thought he might find out something about Conk or her family. The gifts of music and the beast's tongue are rare. To my knowledge, there's only one person with such gifts. She's called Luo Xian, she's a true genius. Ji Fengxing immediately chimed in, "Yes, yes, yes. I remember it now. The genius of the Sky Martial Court. Everyone called her a lunatic back then. The Sky Shuttle, the Red Transporter, and the Taoist Veins, she was the one who created them." Zhenghai recalled his traits as a Wuqian. There were some similarities with Conk, especially the ability to come back to life. When he was just resurrected, his memories were blurry and his cultivation base had returned to the initial stage. Then, he posited, "Is Conk Luo Xian's reincarnation?" The others were shocked by Zhenghai's theory. Little Yuan had never considered this. She started in shock. Meanwhile, Conk looked at everyone in confusion. She felt slightly aggrieved, she did not want the theory to be true. Meng Changdong laughed. He shook his head and said, "That's impossible." "How so?" Ji Fengxing wondered. "Luo Xian isn't dead.